Gentlemen, welcome back into the One Health Podcast. I'm your host, Tori Schmelzer. I am a fitness enthusiast and fitness entrepreneur. My goal is to share the knowledge I gather through meeting industry experts with as many people as I can. For those of you who are new to the show, each week we are going to bring on different experts in areas of health. So that could be mental health, physical health, professional health, spiritual health. You name it, we cover it. We really don't claim to be experts in any of these subjects. We just know the people who are, and we interview them for the greater good. Thanks to everyone who has left a review online, commented, liked, shared our Facebook posts, gone on YouTube, liked those videos. We really do appreciate you guys going and doing that. If you could do us a huge favor, because it really does help us reach more people. If you could go on that little purple podcast app on your phone, leave us a review. That really helps us in the rankings. Our mission is to help as many people as we can throughout the country, throughout the world for that matter. Go on, leave us a 5-star review. That really, really does help us do that. So thank you guys. Our sponsors, EcoGym. These guys have been instrumental in us launching this podcast. We want to thank them again. They're offering a special 21-day spring shred boot camp for anyone that's in the Chicago area here. If you guys want to try that out, just give your local club a call, and they'll make sure they give you a discount on that. It is an excellent deal. They're doing red light therapy, hyperbaric therapy, boot camps. I mean, you name it, personal training, they got it covered. So make sure you guys go to ecogymworldwide.com and check them out. Today on the show, we have a truly amazing individual joining us. We have Ramakant Kharel. Ramakant, thanks for being on the show.
Sure, Tori, it's my pleasure.
Welcome, welcome. So to give you guys a little bit of Ramakant's bio here, he is more than just a business owner of two very successful North Shore Chicago restaurants here, Mount Everest and Red Hot Chili Pepper. He's a visionary, and when you sit down with Ramakant, you kind of walk away with inspiration and new philosophies as tools to reach your own next level. He truly believes in feeding your body, but more importantly, your soul. He passes on his knowledge to living a healthy life physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And he has a way of seeing when a friend is struggling or exhausted or stressed out without them having to say a word. He's somebody who's going to, pull somebody aside and tell him or her to take a few minutes for self-care in order to keep moving upwards. From Nepal to living the American Dream, Ramakant continues to share his gifts, talents, visions, traditions, and his real-life experiences to enrich everyone he encounters simply because he cares. And that sums you up pretty well, I thought. That was an excellent bio.
That's a nice introduction. Thank you, Corey.
Yeah, of course. So I guess bring me back. I want to get a little background. So Ramakant just recently came on board the EcoGym family, personal training client, things like that. And when I sat down with you, you started telling me, what you do in your spare time to help motivate people as a hobby of yours. So we'll get into that. But what I want to know more of is, how did this journey start? From back when? So are you from Nepal then?
Yes, originally
Okay.
I'm from Nepal.
So you're from Nepal, and when did you come to the U.S.?
I came in December 13, 1991.
91.
I
Okay.
came as a student.
Okay, got it.
It's been 27 years and 27 and a half years.
Unbelievable. So you came over, you did the school thing, and then you're like, I'm staying.
Yeah.
I'm not going back.
Just like every other immigrants.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that? What was that like? I'm sure it was a huge adjustment for you when you first got over here.
Well, yeah, sure. Every country, every third world country has a very different lifestyle than America. But basically, we all watch in the movies, we saw in a magazine, read the papers, and kind of know about America. Yeah. And when we come here, we have a little bit of different than what we exactly thought about it. We thought the life is very easy. The money grows on a tree. But you really have to work hard for it. There is money for everybody. There's opportunity, of course. There's no doubt about it. But you got to work for it.
Yeah. So do you think how did this whole restaurant thing start? So you're an entrepreneur, you get done, so you graduate college. How did you get into that industry?
Well, I actually trained myself in Nepal in the hotel management, like the tourism and hotel management. That's what I came here for, to study further. And always been working as a waiter, busboy. When I started here, I started my career as a busboy in the restaurant. And sometime I work as a dishwasher as well. But I really enjoyed that job because I was only a 24-year-old and I didn't have any profile that time. So I enjoyed whatever I did. And gradually and slowly I made a progress in my area because I was very good from the beginning to the customer. With the customers, I was very good. And then I enjoy what I was doing. And as a result, I think I'm in a restaurant business.
Got it. Yeah, you kind of learn those core values as you work in the industry first. I think that's very, very important. I even tell people, my kids, my parents had me work in the restaurant industry. My family owned a restaurant for a while. And if you want to know the definition of hard work, go work in the hospitality industry. I think it's a very humbling experience for a lot of kids, especially this day. There's a lot of entitlement out there in our society, and I think working in that realm is very humbling, and I think is really important. Absolutely. So I'm sure you took a lot of values away from that when you went to start your own restaurants.
Absolutely.
So that's great. So now, how long have you been doing the restaurant thing?
I started in 2000. And today is 2019, so exactly 19 years.
Wow. Okay, so you're obviously doing something right.
I think so. Sometimes I imagine and calculate those years, 19 years. I said, man, how did I do it? Sometimes I don't believe myself, but I did it.
Yeah, that's a long time to be in business in the restaurant industry. Yeah. I mean, that's just it's hyper competitive. There's so much competition, and you really have to be at the top of your game to stay relevant and take care of people. So congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing, man.
Thank you.
So you're doing the restaurant thing for years, and then you start taking an interest in health, wellness, helping other people. How did you get into that side of things?
Well, when I was 40s, right now I'm 53. When I was 40, I went to the doctors, and doctor diagnosed me, and they told me because I was quite busy in a restaurant operation, didn't have much time for my self-care. I was kind of spoiled and not doing the right things and maybe enjoying food so much. So when I went to doctor, that doctor diagnosed me with the blood, the borderline of blood pressure, cholesterol, and basically those two things. And then they said, I think you need to go on a medication. And I thought, how long? I thought maybe medication for 2-3 months, and then I'll be normal. And then they said, no, once you start this kind of medication, you have to go lifelong. And I thought, man, I'm only 40, and I don't want to start with the medication my lifetime. And I told doctor, can I try something for a few months? If I start the medication after a few months, does it really matter? He said, no problem. Go ahead. What do you want to do? I started workout without anybody's suggestion. I just thought on my own. I thought I was not doing right. I think I need to change my lifestyle. Yeah. When I started working out and I changed my diet a little bit, have the combination of both the workout and diet balance. And after 6 months, when I went to the doctor, and then my blood pressure and my cholesterol went to normal. Then I realized, doctors don't really tell you this secret. I think you need to find out, and you need to believe in exercise. Exercise is one of the basic that you need to live your life, healthy life.
Yeah, and what you get with the health and wellness side is it's really preventative medicine, right? I feel like when you go to the doctor, they are more of a reactionary person. They're just reacting to what you have going on. Well, a lot of people don't realize you can prevent that visit from even happening if you take care of yourself and you're doing the right things through your diet and your exercise.
Absolutely.
I always tell people it really truly is preventative medicine.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. No. So you started diet and exercise, and then did you do a follow-up visit?
Yeah, I was always following up, and I thought that was the lifestyle that I need to continue. And then I start continuing that lifestyle, and then here and there I saw and I heard some people of my age are dying out of heart stroke, stroke and heart attack. And it was just like a very bothering for me, because that is too early age for anybody to die with a heart attack. Obviously they were not taken good care of. And then I thought, you know what, I think what I'm doing, I think I wanted to spread a little word in my community and my friend circles, so maybe they can also get some benefit. So I start talking to my friends, and I said, look, this is the thing that I do, and I have impacted my life and made a better result. So I think we should all do it. And slowly people are listening. So everybody don't really follow, but there are a handful of people that really listen to my experience, and they are changing their lifestyle. I have close to 400 followers in my group. Well, we have a healthy losers group in Viber, and they are following the steps, and I try to motivate people to do workout and do very minor workout in the beginning, and how to increase the workout and how to do it, achieve a goal. So I do like training step by step and try to motivate as many people as I can.
I like that. So when you got into this, you're like, I want to spread this out. You said you've done a few like seminars where people come like to like a hotel conference room or whatever, and then you give seminars.
Yeah.
What is the first thing that you start with at your seminars? Like if I'm somebody that's interested in coming and joining your seminar, what's the first thing that we're going to tackle to get us on the right path? Is it the mental side of things first?
Absolutely. Okay. What happened is everybody, they know that workout is good for health, but not everybody they have a knowledge, but they are not motivated enough. Having knowledge is a good thing, but it's not the most important thing. I think the most important thing is you have to have a self-educated, and you got to have a more motivation than the knowledge. Unless and until you're mentally are prepared and mentally you really push yourself, you know many things, but you don't really act it. So I try to train mentally than physically, because that's the most important thing. And that's the lacking part, that people are not mentally trained. I think that's the lacking part, why people are really not doing enough exercise.
Yeah, it's huge. And I've said it time and time again on this show. And I think I talked to you about it when you and I first sat down and started talking. But I can sit here and give you all the knowledge that you want about health and wellness, okay? But it really doesn't matter unless you are truly ready to take that first step and just to start making it a habit. And I tell people, if anything, we need to work on your mind first before we even get into the exercise part of things. It's so important. When you're ready to make a habit and actually do it, I think you're going to be okay.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people need to look at themselves in the mirror and get honest with themselves, because they walk through our doors and they say, yep, I want to come in and I want to work out 6 to 7 days a week and I want to do this and that. And I'm like, whoa, slow down.
Yeah.
Really, I think easing into it is much better.
Easy.
That's why I like what you do.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to transition from not exercising, not doing anything to, okay, now how do I create this habit? So I really like how you do that in your approach.
Absolutely. I try to give them a training which is not too intense in the beginning. What happens is if you start with too much intense exercise, one day you may have a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm. The next day when you think about it, you feel tired and exhausted and discouraged. So I want to make the goal very small. I like to set the very small goal, and every week you increase your goal and reach there slowly and slowly. And when you do it easily, I think you're going to continue it. And if you any exercise become hard on you from the beginning, I think it's most likely you quit. So I believe in and give the slow and easy training, and that way you always feel accomplished and you want to do it more.
I think it's good to manage people's expectations
Yeah.
right off the bat too, and that's kind of what you do as well. That's good because, if they walk into an environment like a gym, there's people that have been exercising for 20, 30 years, and they know exactly what to do. They know the perfect form, and they can go very quickly. I think that's very discouraging for a lot of people when they walk in and they see that. So I always try to tell people, hey, let's manage your expectations right off the start.
Absolutely.
Of course, you're not going to be the best at these things for the first few months.
Yeah.
These people have years of experience doing this that you don't have, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Go at your own pace. Nobody's really watching you. Nobody's really looking at you. Everyone's in their own bubble.
Yeah.
Really, just in life in general, I think.
Right.
So that's great that you do that. I love how you ease people into this.
And so many times what happens is people start the exercise and they think they're gonna get result right away, and they start looking in the mirror, and mirror don't tell them you have any progress made, and they quit. I suggest, please do not look at the mirror at all. You know why? Because when you look yourself every day, you don't see a progress. You don't see anything different. Even though you're making a progress, you don't notice that. Like you have a newborn baby. You take care of the baby every day, and after 3 or 4 months, 6 months, you don't even see the difference. Baby is growing. But when the neighbor or some relative see the baby after 6 months, they say, wow, the baby is so grown, so big.
Yeah.
So that's why if you look every day yourself in the mirror, I think you will just be discouraged. I think the feeling comes right away. As soon as you do any workout, the feeling comes right away. If you have a good feeling, if you have an ache in the body, that means it's working. So just follow through. Just don't look at yourself. Just follow the feeling and just continue what you're doing. I think that way you will just make a progress.
That's amazing. And I tell people too. So what you don't realize is there's 2 types of fat on your body, and I think you and I talked about this too. You have what's called subcutaneous fat, which is the fat that's right underneath your skin. That's the fat that we see when we look in the mirror, right? And then you have visceral fat. Well, visceral fat surrounds your organs. And I tell people, you might not see the change on the outside right away, but what you don't realize is you're losing this fat away from your organs. Your organs aren't having to work as hard.
And that's the most important part.
Exactly. So you're getting healthy on the inside.
You're cleaning the danger area, and then you don't even see it. And that's why you should never quit.
Yeah. Yeah. And even like stepping on the scale too. I tell people that number on the scale, you could be losing body fat and gaining muscle. So your weight's not changing.
Right.
What you don't realize is you're losing inches.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's good that you tell people that. Don't kill yourself over looking in the mirror and stepping on the scale and obsessing over these numbers.
Absolutely.
I feel like part of it's just moving. Just move, start, go do something.
Exactly. And the mental health is more important. First, the healthy body doesn't mean that you have a muscles. Healthy body is your mental health and your physical health. And you if you can sleep normal, if you have a good digestion, if you have a good appetite, and I think you're a healthy person. And don't look neighbors and how good muscles they have, and you don't have any muscles. Don't even go there, because that is only for the competitions. The muscles only matters for the people who are in a competition business. But we are not competing. We just wanted to enjoy a healthy life. And some people, they do really look fat, but their internal thing is kind of normal. Their system is normal. But some people look muscular, but I think internal thing is not normal. They are sick inside. Their health is more poor than the fatter person. So don't go over the look. Just follow how you feel it. If you feel good, you're gonna bring a good look by itself.
Yeah, I think the mind and body connection is so important too.
Absolutely.
Because we talk about like stress. You talked about sleeping well.
Yeah.
And you can't you can't really sleep well if you're very, very stressed all the time and things like that. How do you help people deal with it? Do you use exercise? Do you tell them to kind of use exercise to deal with these things in life, the stress and all that?
I want to emphasize to the people that, you need to realize first that what is the body. If you understand what body is, I think it'll be very easy for you to follow the right path. I believe the body is just like a machine. The machine is like the most common machine we use is a car. I think our body is just like an automotive. When you have automotive, when you buy the brand new automotive, every automotive, they give you a warranty of 36,000 miles, 3 years, 40,000 miles, or 50,000 miles, 4 years. Every manufacturer have different warranties. It all depends on the manufacturer. But the comparison I want to make here is, when the automotive is new and until the warranty is remain in the vehicle, there's no problem at all.
Yeah.
And as soon as the warranty expires after a few months, you're going to see that red check engine light.
Yeah, it happens like clockwork.
And that happens, and that means is when we are young, when we are at the age of 25, 30, 35, it all depends on our genes and DNAs, So it doesn't really, you don't feel you can abuse your body. You can drive as you want. You don't see any difference. But at the age of some people, you see like sign of check light in an engine check light is at the age of 35 or 40 or 45. That means we are all going to have some issues at the age of 35 and 40 and 45. It's just like the automotive is already expired their warranty. Now it's time to go to the mechanic shop. So that means we must start our life with the exercise. That exercise means going to the mechanic shop for the automotive. So that's why if you start early exercise habits, which is good, it's not bad, but if you don't start until 35 and 40, I think this is the time you need to hit the gym. You need to think about your health. You need to maintain yourself. Otherwise, you're going to lose your original lifespan. Because if the automotive, if you don't take to the mechanic after, it's going to run down pretty soon. If you really want to keep it and drive it, you got to make a time-to-time maintenance schedule. So that's one thing that I really wanted to compare ourselves with the body, so people can realize. You have to make a first realization, and anybody can. You gotta have. If we have to have a healthy lifestyle, we have 4 basics. Those 4 basics are the food, the water, the healthy amount of sleep, and the exercise. These are the 4 basics. And every basic contribute to our healthy body is 25% to make 100%. So food, 25% food, 25% water, 25% sleep. But if you miss any out of this 25%, that will not make a complete 100%. So exercise is one of the 25%. So if you don't exercise, you're definitely going to lose your 25% of your natural lifespan. So, exercise is that important. So if you cut down any out of these 4 basic, you're going to miss 25% of your lifespan. That's what I believe.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And people need to people really need to view it as a non-negotiable thing.
Yes.
Right? So you get up in the morning and, we all brush our teeth. Well, hopefully we all brush our teeth.
Yeah.
But that's something that a lot of us view as non-negotiable.
Yeah.
We just get up and we brush our teeth, or taking a shower, or washing your clothes. I mean, these are all things that you do that you don't even think about,
Absolutely.
right? And I like how you said the water thing too. Our bodies are mostly water. I think that's very important. Any health expert that you listen to, they're going to tell you one of the first things you should do in the morning is get up and drink a bunch of water.
Yeah.
Because you've lost a lot of it. I had a hydration expert on the show, and he said you lose, it was some outrageous number of hydration throughout the night. You don't realize you're just exhaling it
Yeah.
into the air.
Yeah.
And you can see it when it's on a cold day. You can see the water vapor leaving. Now
Mm-hmm.
think about that. Extrapolate that over 8 hours of sleep.
Absolutely.
So I'm really glad you touched on that, because that's one thing that I always tell people to do. A lot of us, I mean, I'm guilty of it right now. I'm sitting here drinking a coffee. I have my water down here as well. But
Coffee is also 75% water.
yeah. So, but yeah, so I'm really glad you said that. And then sleep too. So
Very
important. You know, some people can function on a little less sleep, but it's when you start really carving out big chunks of your sleep that it's just going to spill over
Absolutely.
into everything else.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you touched on that too.
I want to also touch one more part, which is related with this subject, that if you talk to someone and you ask, do you really work out? Do you work out regularly? They say, no, I work out maybe 2 times a week, or maybe 3 times a week, or maybe 1 time a week. And those type of people, I really wanted to make a point. Okay, if you believe with me, if you agree with me that our body needs the 4 basics to stay healthy, which is the food, water, sleep, and exercise, can you live off eating like 3 days a week? Can you live off sleeping 3 days a week? Can you live off healthy life if you drink 3 days a week only water? Okay. If you cannot do that, then how can you rely on 3 days exercise? I would really try to make the point that we all must exercise as we eat, as we drink, as we sleep, like on a daily basis. Yes, you may take a 1-day break out of 7. You must do 6 days exercise and take a 1-day break. Just like if you eat 7 days or eat 6 days and take 1 day fasting, I think is also healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes the fasting is also healthy to give a break to your body.
Yeah.
6 days eating, 1 day fasting is super healthy thing. If you exercise 6 days and take a 1 day break, I think that becomes super healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be, and we're not talking about intense exercise every 6 days. Mm-hmm. You know, I exercise 6 days a week right now at a higher level than I used to, but I'm not working the same muscle groups every day. Absolutely. I'm not doing the same exercises. So there might be a day, even on my rest day, I might just get out and go walk my dog.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking for like a 10-minute walk. I'm talking for like a half hour, 45 minutes. Walking is very easy on the body. It's nothing crazy. You know, even if it's just creating some more movement during the week, going for a bike ride, going for a walk, going for a swim, just something. Yeah. Get your body moving.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
So, no, that was good. That was really good. What has your personal fitness journey, like what you've experienced? What are some things that you've done that you're kind of teaching other people?
Well, I believe is I want to keep doing what I do is like 1 hour exercise a daily. Is that something that you must consider to do for your body, for healthy lifestyle? 1 hour a day, if I tell the people who are not used to with the exercise, for them is very hard, very difficult to do a 1 hour continuous exercise. For them, I made it easy practice. I wanted to give them a 3 minutes challenge.
Okay, 3 minute challenge. Okay.
On a daily, you need to continue until your body become addictive with exercise. So what I do is, I train people with the 3 minutes a day, and every week you increase by 1 minute. And that 1 minute you increase in a 1 week, you will not even feel any too much stress on your body, but you gradually making a progress after 6 months, which is the 26 weeks. I think you are adding from 3 minutes benchmark to 26 plus minutes, which is 29 minutes, and you're getting to this almost half an hour exercise routine, which is, if you can reach up to the half an hour exercise routine on a daily basis, at that point, after 6 months, your body become addictive and your body demands exercise. That's what you need to reach. Once you reach that 6 months goal and your body start demanding exercise, just like when your body hungry, ask for food. Your body is thirsty, looking for water, and your body is exhausted, tired, looking for a bed, and your body become addictive. Why their body is looking for water and food and a bed? Because your body is become addictive with those habits. So once you continue this 6 months regular exercise, your body become addictive. You're going to look for exercise. You cannot miss it. And once you reach to that point to make a body's addictive, I think you're going to reach the goal, and you're going to have reach the lifestyle that you really need. And to reach that part, I think we all have some kind of addictions, in life. So some people have addiction with the alcohol, some people have addiction with the cigarettes, some people have addiction with the movie, music, you name it. People have different addictions, right? So if you really wanted to just adopt the addiction, just adopt the workout addiction, and that will give you a better life.
I like that. And I mean, people look at this as big investment in time out of their day. You're only asking them for 30 minutes. 6 months into it, you're only asking them for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think if we get real honest with each other, if we write down our entire day and everything we did during that day, I think we can find 30 minutes.
Yeah. And also that way, people sometimes they also make this kind of challenging. They say, "Oh, I don't have time." I think they are really cheating themselves, and they're BS. People who are the most successful people in this world, they all exercise. You name it. Warren Buffett exercise, Bill Gates exercise. If they can manage hour for their body, which is their value for their hour is maybe a $10 million. If you compare to their wealth, if those wealthy people then can manage an hour, and if you're a mediocre person, a middle class person, they say, "Oh, I don't have time," I think that's just BS.
Yeah.
At the point of the investment point of view, you just mentioned that investment part. I say you can manage hour. If people say how, I have answer to that. We all watch TVs, right? Let's cut down 15 minutes. You can watch, if you watch 1 hour, just watch 45 minutes. Does it really matter if you watch 45 minutes or 1 hour? It does not. It doesn't make any change in your life. Okay, then you sleep 7-8 hours. Okay, let's cut down 15 minutes from your sleep. You sleep 8 hours or 7 hours, 45 minutes. You cut down 15 minutes. Does it really matter? It doesn't matter. Then you go on social media, watch Facebook, Instagram for hours and hours. You can, in this app, you can watch how many hours you are in the Facebook this time. And you can literally, you can just cut down 15 minutes from that Facebook time. And then you have gossip habits. You chit chat with your friends. You talk about neighbors. Talk about this. Hey, you do everything. Don't give up anything. Just cut down 15 minutes on each those extracurriculum habits, and then save 1 hour for yourself. Yeah. You have a solid hour, and then you can invest that 1 hour. Having that 1 hour in your health is going to make a big difference rather than sleeping extra 15 minutes. And watching TV extra 15 minutes and 15 minutes on the Facebook and a gossip.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Again, I just proved the point earlier that every food and water and sleep and exercise contributes 25% to our health, which just makes 100%. So if the one exercise is a 25% contribute to our good health, that 1 hour is how much percentage of the 24 hours. 1 hour is only a 4% of 24 hours. So if you invest 4 hours, and in return, if you percent 4%, and in a return you get a 25%, that's a 6-time return.
That's a pretty darn good investment.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn investment. You're investing $1 and getting $6 in a return.
Yeah.
That's, as a point of view, a business point of view, is also your winner.
I love that, because business people that listen to this will be like, "Oh, I never looked at it that way." That's a very good investment.
So that's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to train mentally, then the physically. So that really, you need to touch the heart and mind if you really wanted to get things delivered.
And it's so important. So, when you are, if you're listening and you're a leader in a company, or if you're a father or a mother and things like that, we're talking about self-care and things like that. If your cup is empty, and when I say cup, I mean a symbolic cup. If your cup of your energy and your health is empty, how are you supposed to fill other people's cups throughout the day?
Absolutely.
How are you supposed to give your kids the energy they need? How are you supposed to give your employees the energy they need? If you're somebody that volunteers and gives back to the community or wherever it is, how can you be helping other people if you're not taking care of yourself? You need to be at your best in order to help others. And for me personally, at the beginning of this year, this is the first New Year's resolution thing that I've done. I think in my whole life, I haven't been a big New Year's resolution, but I looked at it. It's easy for us in the fitness industry. It's easy for other people to think, well, you work in a gym, so you just must work out all the time. Yeah. Well, that's not the case at all. I'm here, 10, 11, 12 hours a day helping people. And for 2018, I forgot about myself. And I took a look in the mirror and I looked at myself, and it was a harsh conversation to have. How can I sit here and help other people when I'm not even helping myself?
Absolutely.
I'm not giving them the best me. I'm not giving them the best energy that they need. So I'm really glad you touched on that. That is it's so important just to really invest in yourself.
Exactly.
There's only a positive return that's going to happen on this. There's literally nothing negative that is going to come of it. So having that support system at home is very important too. So maybe it's just having a conversation with your spouse and saying, hey, listen, I know this might be a little bit difficult here, but I need to carve out 30 minutes for myself out of our routine. And 9 times out of 10, if you're with a supportive individual, they're going to help you with that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And in return, they're going to see you making progress, and they're probably going to want to make a change too. So it's only a positive return.
Exactly. And, I like to mention this when you travel in airlines. Every time there's a demo, they do the cruise members, they tell you, if there's in case of emergency, that you first put the oxygen mask for yourself and then help the neighbors. So this is something that very important. That's a life learning lesson. If you really wanted to help others, you got to put the mask first, oxygen mask first to yourself.
I love that. Or if you're on a cruise or a boat, put your life vest on first.
Right.
And that just translates perfectly into what we just said.
Exactly.
That's so spot on. So give us a couple tips and pointers here. What are the 3 things that we can be doing on a daily basis to just start a healthy lifestyle? What are 3 things that we can take away from this podcast and say, I'm going to implement these today?
Yeah. First thing that you need to understand and appreciate that what you have more than you don't have. You got to have to look at the thing that you have and you can enjoy. So most of the time people waste time looking at the things they don't have, and that draws a lot of energy, and you are really not in the right path. So the most important part, the foremost, is you have to look at the things that you have and ignore that what you don't have. And people, they think about the problems and they really drain themselves with the situation. A hard situation, sometimes people says, the situation is tough and they worry too much in one thing that is really they cannot be any productive anymore. So there are 2 situations. The situation number 1 that you can control, and situation number 2 that out of your control. That the situation number 1 that you can control, why you worry about it? Because you can go ahead and fix it. The situation out of your control, you cannot even do anything while you worry about it. So just be a worry-free in the either situation. Like that. So that's one thing that we need to learn and look at the perspective that the more you worry, the more energy that you're really wasting. Be happy with the spring. Be happy with the summer. And if there's a winter, just imagine it's not going to last forever. The summer and spring is coming. And don't complain about the rain, because you can only see rainbow after the rain. So that's a lifestyle.
I like that. I like that a lot, man. That's so perfect. A lot of people get worked up about things that are out of their control, and really at the end of the day, you need to look at it like, I can't control it. So why waste that energy?
Exactly.
You can use your energy in other productive things.
Yeah.
I really, really like that.
And enjoy what you have.
I love that. Be grateful.
Yeah.
You know,
Be grateful every day, every morning.
I always start. That's one of the things I do. Some people don't believe in prayer. I'm one that does. I do pray, and the first thing that I do when I wake up is I say what I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
And I know I took that away from Tony Robbins. I know a lot of people listen to Tony Robbins, motivational speaker. His main point with that was, if you start your day in gratitude, you start with what you're grateful for, it puts all these negative things that come at your way into perspective.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, I still have this, and this.
Yeah.
So, and your health is one of those things.
Yes.
So that was such a
The
good
health
point.
is wealth.
Exactly. Well, hey, man, I really, really appreciate you coming on the show.
My pleasure, Tori.
Thank you so much.
This is really pleasure.
I'll have to have you back on as this journey continues, and as you get more and more and more into your motivational speaking and helping others. I would love to have you back on. It's going to dive into more of these topics.
Sure.
If people want to find out more about you or your seminars or whatever it is, how do they go about doing that? Is it a Facebook group that you have, or?
Well, they can find me on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay.
Ramakant Health Health Session Ramakant. They can look for me, and also, if they are really wanted to, I don't have that much recordings, YouTube, because I just lately started, but I am planning to have more and more messages to the people. But yes, I'm more open to have this conversation with the people, one-to-one or in a group, if they really wanted to have some group discussion, group session. And
I'll make sure that I link up one of those videos in the Facebook post, so people can just click on it and go into it and find out more information about you in there.
Sure.
And then obviously any inbound things that we get, we'll make sure we pass those along to you, because I think it's important. But I want to commend you on the work that you're doing. I think you and I connect on the same level, which we want to genuinely help people. And, I'm using this podcast in the gym to help people. You're using your outlets to kind of help your people. I think it's just a good synergy. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think I wanted to also, one important thing that I wanted to mention, that one of my good friends, he said, why you do this? You are pretty aware for yourself. Why you want to talk about it, and why you want to say to the friends and everybody, why you wanted to motivate people for health and wellness. I said, well, again, I do believe that I am exercising, I'm doing my healthy lifestyle, and I may live longer. But who I'm going to live longer with? I need friends.
I like that.
So I need friends who are healthy as me, so we can have some companionship.
That's amazing.
That's my motivation.
I love it, man. Spreading the word to as many people as you can.
Yes.
That's perfect.
You need friends until you die.
I love it. I love that. Well, thanks again for being on the show. And we want to thank EcoGym again for sponsoring. Make sure you guys visit ecogymworldwide.com. And again, we're going to keep trying to pump out more episodes now that our busy season's slowing down. We apologize for the lack of content, in January, February, March, but we're going to heat this thing up. We're going to keep it rocking and rolling. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you next week.